win one Queens title is tough. To win two, even tougher. Winning in back-to-back years has only happened 4 times in the rich 64-year history of the Queens. The last time, 32 years ago. Tonight, Maria Rodriguez from Colombia has her shot at 2 in a row. The PWBA Tour returns with the 2015 USBC Queens right now. Welcome to Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin, and the return of professional women's bowling. From Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, it's the 2015 USBC Queens. Hello again, everybody. I'm Dave Lamont, and this is an historic night for professional bowling. The PWBA Tour is back. It's been a while, since 2003, but the ladies now have this summer to reestablish the PWBA Tour, and we begin with a major championship tonight, the USBC Queens. Let's meet our stepladder finalists. In the number 4-5 position, the first match you'll see is our defending champion, Maria Jose Rodriguez, taking on newcomer Liz Culkin. Then a past Queens champion, the left-hander, Shannon Pluhowski, in the 3 seed. Liz Johnson, also a past winner, in the number 2 seed. And awaiting them all, Erin McCarthy, who was spectacular this week in earning that top spot. Now, I'll be joined on the telecast tonight by someone who really understands how to win this event, just how to win, period. 2010 was a big year for Kelly Kulik. She beat all comers and, of course, continues to do so. Except not this week. Kelly joins me here now. On Lane's side, I know that was a shot, but Kelly appreciates it. We knew we'd get her on the show one way or the other. All right, we've got 3 great fast champions. What advantages do they have, having been through this before?
Well, all 3 ladies know what it's like to bowl on live television. They know what it feels like to bowl under the bright lights, and they all know what it takes to bowl for that championship. You have Shannon Pluhowski, the only left-hander in the field. A lot less traffic on her side. It's going to break down a little bit slower for her. She might have a huge advantage in the overall matches. Then you have Liz Johnson. She's the veteran. More experience than all the girls put together in the field. A lone contender, and then Maria Rodriguez, past champion. She's been here before. It's only been a year. Look out for her.
Now, our 2 so-called newbies have great college experience, but now they're going for their first professional title, and we're talking about Liz and Erin. So what challenges do they face?
Well, these 2 girls are the future of the sport. Just 2 of many girls that compete this week. You have Liz. She's got a lot of credentials under her belt, bowled at Nebraska, knows what it takes to win a national championship. Then we have Erin McCarthy. Erin McCarthy, she made Team USA. She's got a lot of experience herself, and she's leading the field. She's going to be a contender in that final match.
And we're honored to be joined by another past champion. Carolyn Doran-Ballard is standing by with the number 1 seed, Erin McCarthy.
Erin, by far, was one of the most consistent bowlers all week. She was in the cut for the 3 rounds during qualifying, and she was extremely consistent in all of her matches, not making very many mistakes at all. What are you going to take from this week's experience to the championship match?
Just going to try and build off of it. I know today's a new tournament, so I'm just going to try to make the best 10 shots that I can.
Okay, you've talked about being calm all week. I don't know exactly what you're doing because I can't be calm when I'm on TV, but what is one of your keys to keeping calm that will take you to the success you're looking for?
I try not to think too much about it. I'm typically not an emotional person to begin with, and my nursing career has helped me stay calm on the lanes as well because it's critical care there. So I've just tried to take that over in bowling too. Awesome.
Good luck tonight, Erin. Back to you, Dave.
All right, Carolyn, thank you very much, and we're delighted. And by the way, we might as well mention, speaking of champions, even our statistician, Anne-Marie Dugan, is a Queens winner. So we are surrounded by greatness here tonight in Green Bay. So we'll begin with match number 1, Liz Culkin. May 9th, she graduated with a criminology degree from the University of Nebraska, and here she is. She was an NCAA champion 2 times with the Cornhuskers in team play this year and in 2013. And she's been a past All-American. She brings great credentials. The one thing she doesn't bring is a lot of televised experience and certainly no professional experience until right now.
First shot out of the gate looks very confident to me. Way to start a professional career on live television.
And from Colombia, Maria Jose Rodriguez, who was the number 1 seed last year in Reno and won the championship. In fact, the last 2 number 1s have Diana Zavjalova in 2013 and 2014. Maria. Late break, and she nailed it. We're off to a terrific start here. So, Kelly, take us through this pattern here as we show everybody just a little bit of how we get that pattern on there.
Yeah, this wonderful machine going down the lane is so precise. It puts out the exact pattern you see the girls bowling on right now. It is 42 feet. Liz is going to play out here. Shannon's going to be over here. 26 mils of oil, very medium to heavy. But look where it's blocked off here. There's a lot of lane left for the girls that hook the ball to get the ball to go over here. So we're going to see a lot of angles, and I think it's going to come down to a carry fest as the show progresses.
She didn't like that one very much. Late break, knocked the bucket away.
No, she looked like she lost her footing at the foul line there. Let's see in the replay. Everything looks nice and progressive through the approach, but at the bottom of the swing, that little hitch up loses her balance. Ball fades away to the right a little bit, just not enough to get back to the pocket.
Maria with intensive international experience for Team Columbia. Also is a great college player at Maryland Eastern Shore. She was an NCAA champion and an intercollegiate team champion.
It was wonderful to see how many international players came out this week to bowl for the title.
Had over 200 bowlers, and arguably the deepest and most talented Queens field, I don't know about ever, but certainly in recent memory.
Absolutely.
Oh, bad break on a good-looking shot, a ringer.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of carry challenges as the show progresses on. Great angle. The ball just goes through the pins. That 6-pin just wraps around the 10, leaving that single pin conversion.
So sometimes under the lights, spare shooting can be a little tricky, but not in this case. So let's take a look at the Schenectady, New York native's form.
Yeah, Liz's form is very traditional. Watch as in her four-step approach. She steps with that right first step, but she locks the elbow forward. This is very typical of the bowlers out of Nebraska. Gets a big power step at the end, and look how long her slide is. It creates so much power and a lot of length and a lot of time for a hand to be very versatile at the bottom of the swing. Very, very powerful player. Work, 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 work. Yes!
It did. It commanded. Did exactly what she said she was demanding it to do. Now, the Queens format is a unique one. You have a qualifying round. Then you cut to the top 64, and the defending champion is always part of that 64. Then you have double elimination match play. This year we had the #1 seed, Verity Crawley, great college bowler from Weber International, was knocked out right away with 2 losses in match play. And of course, then you get the top 5 to where we are right now. The defending champion comes through with a strike.
Way to bounce back after that last frame. And we see the ball's motion going right through the pins. Watch as the ball goes to the left off the pin deck. That is perfect ball motion as it splits the 8-9. Maria's very happy with that shot.
So keys to victory will start here for Maria.
Well, Maria's keys to victory this week, really just good tempo and to focus on the present shot. She's not going to fret about past frames if she makes a bad shot, but really to stick with her tempo, and that will carry her through.
Something like that, in other words?
Pretty much.
So a good start for both players.
Both ladies seem very comfortable right now. They're in their A game, which is deeper part of the lane. And again, it's going to be a fight to the finish.
In match play, Liz Culkin was 4-1. Liz Johnson, we had the Liz squared match the other day, was the only person to beat her in match play. And then in the 4-person shootout to take up the last 3 spots on the show, she finished in the #5 position, and that's just not going to go anywhere. So we have top 2. They bowled for the 1 and 2 positions. That was Erin McCarthy and Liz Johnson. Then 4 bowlers were left. 3 get on the show, and Liz finished along with Maria in that. And that's a tense series of 3 games for 4 bowlers.
Yeah, it's really 2 events in one, the qualifying and then the match play brackets. And the longer you go, the harder it is to win.
No trouble with that. Oklahoma City where moments are etched in time and dreams are realized every day on the road to a title. It matters who will rise and shine. The NCAA Softball Championship Super Regionals continue Thursday. At 7 o'clock, number 9 Florida State faces number 8 Tennessee. Then at 9 o'clock, the 14th ranked Bulldogs of Georgia versus the Wolverines of Michigan on ESPN2 and the Watch ESPN app. Wide right, and she escapes with a single pin.
Yeah, because Liz is playing a deep part of the lane, if you watch the ball go down the lane, look for that brown indicator mark down there, fans. If it's just on the over it, it's going to be most likely in the pocket or it's slightly inside it. But once it ventures away from it, the carry is going to be the issue. She leaves a 2-pin conversion, shooting the single pin spare.
No trouble. No trouble at all. So let's check in with our side lane reporter, CDB. What do you got?
Well, it was very interesting because you had a mix of a lot of players this week. You had a lot of old PWBA members, and I mean by membership, not age, and a lot of these younger international and collegiate players, and everyone said the same thing. If you notice, when these players came out of the gate, there was no fear. They were aggressive from ball number 1, and they bowled their tournaments just like that. From the get-go, they are aggressive, and they never give up.
That's an excellent point because there's a lot of big names in this tournament, and the collegiate stars went right at them.
Yeah, there Maria again. She got that brown indicator mark, but it started to check a little sooner, caught the lucky break, and then tripped the 4-pin forward.
Now, only 4 other women have ever successfully defended this title. And the last time was 1982, Katsuko Sugimoto. 1982. That's how difficult it is to do this back to back.
Very difficult to repeat this title.
However, that might be the way to do it. Maria Jose Rodriguez is on a roll, riding a 4-bagger to a 31-pin advantage as we step aside. Match 1 will continue as Liz Culkin consults with PBA star Ryan Schaefer.
They tell you it's out there.
The United States Bowling Congress Queens on ESPN is brought to you by Storm, the Bowlers Company. By Kegel, your lanes, our passion. And by A Future for the Sport, creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more. And underneath us in Ashwaubenon Lanes here in Green Bay, that's the Oak Room. Part of that bar actually belonged on a ship about a century ago and used to be a supper club. And Dave LeBar, the co-proprietor here at Ashwaubenon. What a neat little room that was. We had our meeting there last night, and you just wonder the history of that Oak Room. Now, Liz Culkin has bowled well, Kelly. I think she just has not bowled as well as Maria Jose Rodriguez.
Yeah, during the break, I overheard her talking to Ryan Schaefer, and he just said, you're making great shots. Just continue to be aggressive, and hopefully the pins will start to fall for you. Maria's just out to an early lead, but she's very proud of what she's done so far.
Good shot.
She's right. She has made good shots.
She has. She has. Just not catching the breaks right away. As we watch the ball travel down the lane. Again, nice, powerful game style. Ball's crossing over about 19. There's that brown indicator mark I talked about. And again, the ball is going off towards the left, splitting the 8-9. Great pin carry. That's how you want to see the ball go through the pins.
See our road to the finals. She actually defeated Maria Jose Rodriguez 672 to 640 on that road to the finals. That's got to come back, and it does. So she's fighting back. I tell you what, coming out of the break, first time she's had a significant break as a professional, and she pops a double is very impressive. Shows some mental strength.
Yeah, her TV experience at Nebraska has given her the confidence to be here tonight. She's using that to carry her through.
She was Division I Player of the Year, at NTCA Division I Player of the Year, Female Athlete of the Year for the Cornhuskers in 2015.
And a full-time PWBA member.
Yep, as is this woman right here, Maria Jose Rodriguez.
Big up, big up.
Oh, my heavens, that's ridiculous. That's unfair.
It's the one break bowlers don't want to see. They don't want to leave that stone 8-pin. Excellent shot. That's the Right here. I mean, again, the ball motion going through the pins, it just deflects enough, leaving the 8-pin. There were so many left here this week.
So that reduces her lead from 31 to 20. Oops is not the word you want to hear when you release the ball. I'm going to go ahead and gamble that I'm right on that.
You are correct, Dave. Yes, you know what? All you got to do is hit the pin. You just have to hit it to knock it over. And that's exactly what she did. A little room for error, still convert the spare.
Look at her road to the finals. Look at the talented players that she had to go up against and defeat just to get here and then roll a 667.
Yeah, it's like Carolyn said, you know, no guts, no glory. These girls are bowling, and from the first ball out of the gate, they're aggressive.
You've got 2 former champions in that group. And Leanna D'Andro, that's a little high, and she breaks up the split. Oh, that could have been a game saver right there.
Yeah. Let's not forget the girls are bowling with the shot clock. So it looks like she just rushed it a little bit, just inside of the indicator mark, not enough push or oil down the lane. Ball went high, just sniffed out that 10-pin to leave the 4-7.
No oops this time.
I was
She easily
listening for
covers,
that.
so was I. But the lead has shrunk a little bit now. Liz Culkin's got an opportunity. We're running out of room here, but she's got a good opportunity.
Yeah, she could put pressure back on Maria if she strikes here.
Good-looking shot. This is Liz switched equipment companies just weeks ago. She's gone through a lot in the last month between the title, graduation, new equipment, and no problem.
Amazing. She's already sliding at board 32 with her feet, through 20 at the arrows. I hope this pattern holds up for all the rest of the matches. It's great to see them fighting neck and neck for this.
Just to peek ahead a little bit, even though we're in a tight match, how do you think this is going to help Liz and Erin, the way this is breaking down?
I think it's going to play both into their A games. You have 3 very heavy-handed players on the lanes bowling for the title tonight. A lot of hooking potential, and then you have the 2 straight players. That's what I mean, though. The deeper they have to go, the chances of the carry is going to get less and less. They're going to see a lot of 10 pins and 4 pins. Let's take a look at Liz's ball going down the lane. So the ball just pushes a pinch more, doesn't quite have that angle entry, and the 6-pin skates just in front of the 10-pin.
Did your job.
Yes, she did. She's done her job brilliantly. Gets the spare in the foundation. And now we turn it over to the defending champ, who has a 9-pin lead that was 31 at one point.
Yeah, Liz made up a huge gap by stringing those strikes together.
Yeah, Maria can still max out at 247 and 228 for Liz. Wow, what a championship shot. And that's what I talked to her yesterday. What did you gain from winning last year? And she talked about the confidence she got from winning this championship a year ago.
Yeah, again, both girls in the same part of the lane. Maria sliding a little bit further right, so not as big an angle. But again, the ball motion through the pins, it's striking as if it's 20 pounds. She said last year after winning, she felt she could beat anybody.
It's bad news for you PWBA members if
Yeah,
she feels
really.
that way.
She proved that last year when she ran over me.
Now, did not listen to her in an alternate language.
Yeah, I don't know very much Spanish, but I imagine she's telling the ball to pick up, pick up, pick up.
I know a little bit, and that wasn't anything we have to apologize for.
Yeah, you could see the ball just pushed a little bit longer, and again, at the deeper they get, carry will be the issue. 6-pin falls in front of the 10. But both girls striking and making spares as if it's their second nature.
All right, so can she post a 227? And if she does, Liz has a shot. But she'll have to punch out.
Just like every match this week in the brackets, it always came down to the 10th frame.
Now, here's something even funnier. There's no chance of a tie here, right? No. Well, yes, there is a chance of a tie.
There's a possibility.
There's definitely a possibility.
She
She got it. All right. That's a solid 227 for the defending champion in the opening match here at the USBC Queens. But Liz Culkin has the match in her hands right now.
She needs a strikeout to beat her by 1. 178th and 8th frame. Ooh. She needs all 3 right now. This will be her rookie debut, testing the strings of her integrity in her game.
No problem there. 1 down, 2 to go.
She is so excited. She's so grateful for the support she's received back home. Watch this ball again. That indicator mark is the notion right there. Ball deflects. Now the 6-pin just clips off the 10 enough to take it out.
Yeah, her mom, Ricky, her dad, Mark, Derek, her brother, her sister-in-law, Sarah, particularly, she mentioned to us yesterday of people who have been hugely supportive of her.
A lot of strong background and support from her family back home, knowing she's going to go out and bowl all the PWBA stops this summer.
This must also strike. Okay.
Wow.
So Kelly, if she gets a 9 here and we tie, what do we do?
Well, if we do have a tie, the higher seed, which would be Maria Rodriguez, would get to pick her lane and the choice of position. She would throw 1 ball, first or second, and the highest pinfall would then further their position.
So here's any strike is a victory for Liz Culkin. 9 is the scenario that Kelly just explained. Less than 9, and Maria Jose Rodriguez advances to the next match.
It's a good shot.
Will it count?
Oh!
And here we go. We're tied. 227, 227.
Wow.
Wow.
Freshman here, rookie out on tour. This was a great shot, just a firm, faster. That's what I said, the carry 10-pin. We have a tie ball game.
And we're going to go right to this. And we'll be beginning on the left lane.
Maria has choice of lane, and if she decides to go first or second. If she chose the left lane, she will go first.
Best score wins. And just waiting on making sure everything's recycled on the other lane. They have to wipe out that 10-pin there that was left.
Maybe.
If that equipment will behave. There we go.
Slight delay.
How many times have you gone through this?
I have tied once in my actual debut in the U.S. Open. I missed a 10-pin, tied against Leanne Barrett, and had to go into a 2-frame roll-off at that time. That's when the rules were slightly different.
Can't beat that.
Nope.
There's only one thing Liz Culkin can do now, and that's throw a strike. Otherwise, Maria will advance. Simple as that.
I'm very impressed by these girls' integrity and their style, their aggressiveness. Don't want to see the show end.
Well, that was, again, a championship shot by Maria. That's what a champion does. Now let's see what Liz can do. No. Just a hair light. What a start this was.
Amazing.
Liz Culkin serving notice that she will be a factor on the PWBA Tour. Meantime, we still have a chance to have our repeat champion for the first time since 1982 as Maria Jose Rodriguez will take on the talented left-hander Shannon Pluhowski in our next match. What an amazing opening here in Ashwaubenon, and we still have 3 matches to come. It actually took an 11th frame for the defending champion from Colombia, Maria Jose Rodriguez, to defeat Liz Culkin. That was awesome, and we have more. Stay with us.
America.
Maria Jose Rodriguez needed an 11th frame to continue her title defense here in Green Bay. The USBC Queens defeating Liz Culkin 10-9 in a 1-ball roll-off. Now she'll take on left-hander Shannon Pluhowski, a past Queens champion as well. Let's take a look at our other finishers. Kristen Kwa was the one player left out, but she's going to be a great college player at Vanderbilt starting next year. Former champion Deandra Beatty in the 7th spot. Anna Zavyalova, 2013 winner, finishing in the 9th position. Leanne Hulsenberg, a past champion. The great Clara Guerrero finishing the top 13. Hey, Kelly Kulik cashed in the 13th position this week. Hall of Famer Kim Kearney in the 17th spot. Jackie Carbonell, Amanda Green, a very promising young player. Keep an eye out for her this summer. Brenda Padilla, also a great player from Mansfield, Texas, 17th through 24th place. Meantime, over in Carolyn's corner, standing by with the woman who put on an amazing performance, Liz Culkin, standing by with CDB.
Liz, and absolutely amazing. Actually, in the break we were talking, I mean, that was a stout performance. I mean, I'm totally impressed. You bowled a great game. I heard during the first break you were telling Ryan, I'm proud of myself, I'm making good shots. When you look back at it, is there anything you would have done differently?
You know, Carolyn, I don't think I do. I really am proud of myself on the shots I make because this is a very big stage. You know, I bowled with Nebraska before. This is my first time individually, and I'm really proud of myself. Obviously, I wish the 10-pin fell between those two strikes, but other than that, I'm really happy with how I did. I don't think I would change a thing.
Awesome. We're going to see you on TV again. I can already tell you that.
So.
Back to you, Dave.
All right, Carolyn and Liz, thank you. Liz, congratulations. You were fantastic. Now, Shannon Pluhowski has 2 major championships to her resume, including the 2006 USBC Queens. In the 3 seed, will the lefty get a 3rd championship? She takes on the defending champion when we return.
The left deck is weathered. The right deck is worn. Both could use.
And that's what these ladies are bowling for, that beautiful trophy, the tiara, a necklace, and $20,000. Maria Jose Rodriguez wins 10-9 on a roll-off. Now she takes on Shannon Pluhowski, left-handed 2006 USBC Queens champion. And we can only hope that this match is as good as the last one. Even half as good would be awesome.
I think every match tonight on TV is going to be awesome. All these girls have such great potential. They have the experience, the talent, no holds bar between all of them.
Now, this would be, we'll have to change things up at the end of the match, at the end of the night, if Maria goes back-to-back, because she cannot present the tiara to herself.
No.
But we have a contingency plan.
We do. We have a backup plan.
Well, it may happen, because that time she just mixed it up.
Her ball reaction is phenomenal right now. She sees the lane so well. Everything is working towards a better frame ahead.
Out of Dayton, Ohio, here's Shannon Pluhowski. Average 222.2 yesterday, and she was ridiculous in the qualifying. I'll give you her sets. She was in the elimination bracket. There you go, kick on the 7. She lost to Liz Johnson, and in doing so, she lost 695 to 693. So Shannon had to go down to the elimination bracket.
As we look here, now Shannon, straighter player, very, very close outside, more towards the gutter side, right between the 1st and 2nd arrow. She has the same thing, 42-foot pattern, right at the indicator mark around board 8, and the ball is going to angle itself to the pocket and carry. The less rev rate and firmer ball speed players were able to play straighter.
Didn't like that shot when it came off her hand, and she's left with a 6.
Yeah, little tendencies within Shannon's game, and it all relies on her push away. Sometimes the ball gets in the swing too fast and she pulls down at the top. As we see here, the ball just goes high on the head pin. Lucky enough that she just left the single pin spare, the 6 pin. She knew it off her hand too.
No trouble there. Maria's qualifying average to 11.1. Whatever that magic word is, the ball is behaving.
I definitely have to pick up a second language.
Member of Team Columbia since 2009 and Junior Team Columbia starting back in 2004.
Maria's game, she holds the ball high up in her swing, moves the ball in the 1st step. The ball's past her knee in that 3rd step where it should be. High backswing, there's that power step in her 4th step. Her eyes go down, left arm is forward. And again, she generates so much power with her core strength to get the ball off her hand with a high rev rate, giving her a lot of power and a great pin carry.
And she knew right away that that was not going to come back for her. So she has a makeable 5-8.
Yeah, on that delivery, it looks like she got it again a little bit fast. Nice tempo in the beginning. but at the bottom of the swing, this one is just way right at the arrows, leaks out past that 42-foot indicator mark, leaves the light 5/8 spare.
And no problem on the cover. Let's send it down to Carolyn.
In talking with Chris Schlemmer, who is the ball rep for Storm, he says that Shannon Plahowski has the right lane tighter overall, front to back. So she has a little more hold on the right lane, not as much hold on the left. Maria, in talking with her ball rep, Sean Morris from Columbia, she has the left lane tighter, but only in the back. So when she gets it just a little right and increases her ball speed, the ball does not quite recover.
Well, Carolyn, thank you very much. Shannon in the third frame. Oh, yes, she got a break. That looked like an awfully good shot, and she got a kiss on the 6.
Wow, what a great break right there. Again, it's just inside off her hand. That is way high on the head pin. How the 10 pin had enough energy to roll back and trip the 6 forward, I do not know.
And how about her keys to victory?
Shannon has a few, but as I said earlier, focus on her push away. If she gets the ball in the swing a little too fast, she has a tendency to pull down at the bottom of the swing, and to play her A game, which is very firm and straight up the lane, which you can see as she's displaying right now.
Roll.
Went farther left that time, and she will leave a single pin behind. Her accomplishments in the sport would take me 5-10 minutes to read all of the titles she has won internationally, college, all over the world.
This one at the arrows, that one's a little bit further outside around board 6 at the arrows. You can see it pushes further down the lane and doesn't quite have enough roll to get back to the pocket.
No trouble there. Shannon's already in the World Bowling Writers Hall of Fame, and I've got to figure the USBC Hall of Fame will follow her one day.
Yeah, she's a fellow Team USA member, 15-time member. Proud to call her my teammate. And she'll be representing the U.S. at the Pan American Games this year up in Canada.
Is there any chance you all will run into her?
Maria has decided not to go. She's allowing Clara and Rocio to represent Colombia.
Ooh, and a big 4. You could hear just a little voice come out and say, no, don't do that. And now she's got the first mistake, big mistake from anybody so far tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately what happened, she went light in the left lane. Now she tugged this one very deep inside. Ball didn't have enough length to get down the lane, went high, unfortunately leaving the big 4 split.
She'll take the 10. Take her medicine. It's still early, and we often see matches swing wildly. Now down 8.
The lanes are starting to break down slightly. Liz and Maria both playing that inside part of the lane. And again, as the matches went on, not enough oil in the front, but the backs did get tighter. Again, it's a 42-foot long pattern.
And she recovers nicely. Beautifully done. That's what the great players do. They shrug off a mistake and come right back.
That was one of her keys this week, just to put bad frames behind her and again continue to look ahead at the next frame ahead.
Now we're looking at 2 women who are trying to become one of 9 bowlers to go back to back if she does it tonight, or Maria or Liz, to win multiple titles.
Roll.
Got another kick. Wow.
You heard her, she said roll. That means she wants the ball to pick up sooner and roll towards the pocket. Wow, she's right around board 6 at 43 feet. Ball deflects a little bit, gets the shaker strike to knock out the 10 pin. She knows it too.
The only other time that Shannon was on the Queens telecast, she won it in 2006.
Do you remember who she defeated?
How much time do I get to think about that?
I'll give you a hint, she's on the show. Liz Johnson.
And she beat her with shots like that. You know what? She may get a rematch because Liz is awaiting the winner of this match. But right now, Shannon Plahowski has taken an 18-pin lead over the defending champion, Maria Jose Rodriguez.
He's out in front.
Shannon Plahowski has an 18-pin advantage. Kelly, she spent some time with her ball rep, Chris Schlemmer, highly regarded in that field. And
Yeah, she had a little break there. She had a little break there with Chris, and kind of like a coach, someone a sounding board to bounce ideas off. She still feels like the right lane is tighter. Let's listen in.
I think the rack is a little bad on it too, where the 5
I was
is.
wondering that because just the way the ball's going through the pins
Right.
there. But it's also one of those things you don't want to get caught.
Right. I don't want to worry about it.
Too much trying to get through that thing.
What'd you take out of that?
Well, I know the right lane is tighter for her. That's what she was conversing with Chris about. But she's a little worried about the rack on the left lane, the ball motion not going through the pins. So then you might make a physical adjustment to get the ball to carry.
Time. Maria gets a tap on the 7. These pins have been behaving for these players when they're slightly off the pocket. So she hangs in and cuts the lead to 8.
Yeah, this is great to see as a player because your pocket is getting wider and wider as the ball is going through it. A little bit light hit here, doesn't have enough energy to get back, but that swishy strike carries the 7 pin, knocks all 10 down. Uh-oh.
No, not going to get a break on that 5 pin, but I think she got a bit of a break there, 2-5. That didn't come right off of her hand at all.
Yeah, she went really, really fast here. The bottom of her swing here, oh, just misses it and pushes it off the palm. The ball doesn't quite have the amount of rotation that it normally does. Doesn't have enough roll to get to the pocket, leads to 2-5.
And no trouble, however, on the spare for the champion. This is the 99th running of the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in racing. No other race has more history or tradition with danger and glory at every turn. The Indianapolis 500, Sunday, May 24th at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific on ABC, presented by Firestone. The Brickyard.
Go.
Whoops. Just as if you took a knife and sliced them in half.
Well, sometimes the break can be really good for the players. They can reevaluate what they see and what they've done, and they can come out even sharper than what they were in previous frames. Shannon was very aggressive on that shot, and you can hear it by the way the pins fell.
We mentioned her road to the finals. Look, now she beat some great young players, Karen Boyd, Tania Falbo, lost to Liz Johnson. Look at the next 3 matches. 769, 752, 742. And then defeated Natalie Cortese with a 667.
And this is a sport pattern the ladies are bowling on.
You're right, Shannon. It was a great shot. Can't argue with that. She's put down 4 straight.
It's nice to hear the players talk to themselves, that positive reinforcement, knowing they did their job and made great shots.
Ooh, quiet 10 pin. And the match beginning to slip away a little bit here from Maria.
Yep, the ball's a little bit lazy going down the lane. It's right at that mark where it should be, but the ball is now starting to deflect off the pin deck and going to the right, therefore losing a lot of energy, leaving those flat 10 pins.
Pin pays the price. So Maria pretty much has to put the hammer down here, so to speak, not in reference to her company, and strike out.
Yeah, she definitely wants to strike here if she wants to give herself a chance to win this match.
But I nosed in a little bit right at the end and leaves the 4 behind.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the reaction you're going to see as the matches progress, especially for the heavy-handed players. She's moving further deep inside. Ball's crossing right around 1920 still, but there's not enough energy to hit the 10 pin, makes the adjustment, and now she goes high, leaves a 4 pin.
So if she converts this, she strikes out, she can get a 208, but Shannon Plahowski is sitting on a 260 possibility.
Yeah, as long as Shannon stays clean in the next few frames, she'll have locked up the match. A young lady and still the future of the sport to come.
She's doing better than staying clean. She's wiping the place up right now with 5 in a row.
I truly believe that commercial break was an asset for her. She really came back strong from that commercial.
Well, she's going to move on to take on her friend and rival, Liz Johnson. They had a 2-pin difference in a 3-game set earlier in this tournament to put Shannon into that contenders bracket that she had to fight her way out of with a lot of extra games to be bowled.
Oh, roll a lot.
That's okay, though. She's still clear. Not her best shot. Yeah, not her best shot, and I don't know if that's going to carry over into the next game or not. It really doesn't matter. She's already wrapped up the match.
Well, I think in the next match to come, you'll see both ladies playing very straight in their comfort zones, their A games. And again, it's going to come down to carry and execution.
And for Maria Jose Rodriguez, her reign as the champion will end tonight. She was a fantastic Queens champion. Just the fact that she could make the show again says a lot for her abilities and her desire. And she is a young player in her mid-20s, and she's on the PWBA tour full-time this summer. You'll be watching her a lot.
I'm sure I'm going to see her on the lanes a lot. Have to compete against her. And just proud to see her come out and commit to the full season.
This, by the way, is just her 3rd USBC Queens appearance, so she's been on the show twice with a title.
What a record that is.
That's
2
hard
for 3?
to do, yeah. 66.7% getting on the show and 1 championship. It's an excellent percentage.
She has so much experience bowling for Team Columbia with Clara and Rocia. She has taken all that and grown with those ladies and really made a beautiful debut to kick off the season.
Well, a great champion. We will enjoy watching her this summer and beyond. From Columbia, Maria Jose Rodriguez. But she'll step aside for the next match. Shannon Pluhowski will take on Liz Johnson. Another battle of former Queens champions. Eye to eye, going at it. With Aaron McCarthy in the #1 position, awaiting the winner of our next match. Stay with us. Shannon Pluhowski is the winner of our second match of the evening, defeating the defending champion Maria Jose Rodriguez 225 to 208. Shannon will take on Liz Johnson. And these women will all be part of the revived Professional Women's Bowlers Association, and we are delighted that the PWBA is back.
It affected me tremendously that there was not a PWBA tour any longer. My plan was always to go out on tour, to be a professional bowler. That's what I wanted to do my entire life.
Well, at first, I was so young when it folded that it didn't really hit me that after college there was really nothing for me to do. And then when I actually got to that point in my life where I wanted to bowl more and I wanted to bowl a lot of tournaments, I couldn't because we had nothing.
You know, growing up bowling and getting as competitive as I was, you look forward to being a pro and having a pro tour, and not having that to look forward to is pretty upsetting.
When it actually happened, I was really disappointed because it was my life. It was not only mine, but a lot of the ladies out there. I mean, that's all they ever did for 20 years. And it was sad because there were so many young stars coming up that I felt like they were missing the boat on being able to live their dream.
It was kind of surreal. Like, when we first heard about it, it was like, okay, pinch me, I'm not like dreaming, right? It's really coming back.
I'm looking forward to it. It's something I was looking forward since I was little. I can't wait for it to start, and I can't wait to win.
I remember bowling a Pro-Am when I was younger, when I bowled with Kim Terrell and Leanne Barrett, and I was like, one day I want to be like them, and I want to go on a tour, and I want to win.
These girls are out for blood. They don't care that.
So here we are, getting set for the next match. 2 former champions eyeing for another trophy in their impressive trophy cases. Liz Johnson, Shannon Pluhowski. This one could be spectacular. Coming up next.
Allergies.
An enthusiastic house here to Schwabenon, getting ready for this great match. Liz Johnson, the #2 seed, #3, Shannon Pluhowski. major champions in this one. We mentioned Shannon with 2 major titles. Liz has 5 of them, including the 2009 Queens. They're friends. Now they're frenemies for at least a few minutes. And by the way, don't get up, because this is going to go quickly. These are 2 players who know what they want to do, and they just execute very quickly and very successfully.
Yeah, Liz is the higher seed. She's chosen to start, so I mean, she'll finish last. Both fast-paced players. Going to be an exciting match.
Well, that's Liz Johnson in 5 seconds right there.
Yeah, a little leery of the grunt that she had at the foul
That was
line.
different. Yes, that was different.
I guess we should tell the folks back home she is getting over a knee injury, so it could be grunting from the knee bothering her.
Got a left knee issue that's been bothering her for about half a year. She's been wearing a brace.
So many ailments, and what a fighter.
Oh, boy.
Well, I don't know what she's upset about, because that was perfect.
Being Shannon's teammate, that's typical Shannon. Every time she feels it's a bad shot, she always flush strikes.
Okay, so this is a bad shot.
Yeah, right there, 6, 7, 8 at the hours again, right around board 8 at the break point. It's high flush. So it must have been a physical feeling she had at the bottom of her swing, but that was 10 straight back in the pit.
All right, you see the difference, though. The right lane is her perfect spot. The left lane, she has been a little bit off. But that's all relative. She still bowled a 227 in the first game.
Ooh, good one.
She loved that. And she's in one spin spinning into the pit as we go to CDB.
Shannon is still playing the lanes the same, has not seen a lot of transition. Liz, on the other hand, who is working with Storm rep Hank Boomershine, is a little leery of the left lane. Now, she said slightly the same thing that Maria said, except she sees a little more scoot through that middle part of the lane, which hence has not enough recovery on the back. So she went to a little bit of a stronger ball that will allow her to create a little bit of hold and a little bit of back end.
All right, Carolyn, thank you very much. Liz getting a huge break from a messenger here.
Yeah, look, it's pushed down. 5-6 is the zone she played all week long. Again, the ball deflects slightly off of the back of the pin deck. Flat 10, but she gets the pin to roll off the side and knock it out. Tied through 2.
Come on.
Explosive strike from the 11-year Team USA member, the first woman ever to make a men's television show in 2005. Of course, I'm sitting next to a winner on a men's TV show, Kelly Kulik, in 2010. And also, you sort of followed Liz in college at Morehead State. Liz was a great champion in college.
I did. There were so many stories about her at Morehead State, bowling nighttime singles matches with the guys and beating up on them every single time she played against them.
There's no doubt about that. And speaking of great college bowlers, another Nebraska bowler here, Shannon Pluhowski. She was dominant in her college days.
Yeah, the Midwest is very well represented on the show tonight. Shannon was a dominant force, player of the year, collegiate bowler of the year. Every award you could win in college, she pretty much won it.
Seriously, the notes we were given, it's page after page of accomplishments for these 2 bowlers.
And it's longer than Liz's, which is surprising. That just goes to show how her amateur career has just superseded everything she's ever wanted to do.
And what a time for her to now have this opportunity with the PWBA.
Oh.
Not on that 10-pin this time.
No, and she liked that one off her hand, too. That was a great delivery. Unfortunately, she just didn't catch the break. But the ball, as it's rolling here toward the pocket, now same thing. Her ball is deflecting to the left side, doesn't have enough momentum or motion to carry through the pocket. Flat 7.
Covers that very, very easily, as you would think. USBC provides programs and services for bowling to build a future for the sport. From competitive leagues and tournaments to youth bowling and coaching certifications, visit bowl.com to see the great value of USBC membership. Also a great website to keep up with all the tournaments, all the activities going on around the world in bowling.
Many educational tools also on that website to view.
Yeah.
Wow.
The messenger clearly scared by Liz's grunting.
It is a grunt of power, determination. Wow, I don't think I've seen Liz throw many wood positions there. Look at this ball. Rolls in, heavy rolling force, deflects a little bit, but the head pin comes off the sideboard to take out the 10 pin. She liked it. Wow. I'm a little nervous of that grunt, though. It's a grunt of pain. Not enough Advil you could take to make that pain subside.
Well, the only one hurting right now are the pins. What are you going to do?
Nothing you can do. It's tough to beat.
5 in a row. The front 5 for Liz Johnson. Shannon Pluhowski opens with a triple, and she's down 21 because of 1 pin. By the way, while we have a second, we want to send everybody here the best wishes for Shannon's mom. Who's in the hospital here in Green Bay. She had to have an emergency gallbladder surgery. She's going to be fine. Just has to spend an extra 24 hours or so in the hospital. But our very best to Shannon's mom. And there's a present for mom right there.
Wow, 8 for 8 on that right lane Shannon is right now. She has yet to miss on the right lane. And I believe that's a lane she's going to... No, she'll finish on the left.
And that's not been her pal.
No, it has not. I don't know if she's the driver, the passenger, or is she in control? Liz seems to be very dominant right now.
This is not surprising to see this high quality a match from these two. It really isn't. This is what happens every time these two get together.
Oh, hook a lot.
I'm going to break up the 3-5-6 and leave the 3-5.
Yeah, that shot, just, you know, with the shot clock, timing, preparation, maybe rushing through the shot a little bit. By the bottom of the swing, you can see she just clearly misses hitting the ball at the bottom of the swing. Ball is more end over end, doesn't have that rotation. Leaves a makeable spare.
And no trouble for Shannon Pluhowski. So let's take a look at Liz Johnson's road to the final. She qualified after 15 games in 7th place. Defeated Pamela Alvarez 7-32 against Trisha Reed. Defeated Shannon, Brittany Smith, Liz Culkin, and then lost to Erin McCarthy. And look what Erin McCarthy did. 795.
Yeah, by that match she was dialed in.
Uh-oh, that's got to hurry. Oh, wow.
Ooh, bad break here. That's unfortunate. Ball just pushed a little longer. Let's take a look at this shot and see what happens. So the ball is almost over target, a little further outside. Doesn't quite pick up in the mid lane that Carolyn was referring to, and this is just an unlucky break. It easily could have been a 2-8 spare, but she leaves the 8-10.
She did. And that could be a match changer right there. After the front 5, she leaves an open. And her lead shrinks to 7.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? All those strikes and the lead shrinks down to 7 pins only.
Opportunity for Shannon. However, it's not like Liz is going to go, oh, well, I'm done. We know better than that.
Well, the more she strikes, the less she has to grunt. That's a good thing.
It pushed. That almost was 20 straight back. That nearly went through the wall. Liz Johnson recovering from an open frame has 6 strikes in 7, but a narrow lead over a very steady Shannon Pluhowski. This is a thriller, and we have one more match after this.
Soon to be.
Shannon Pluhowski trailing by 7 in her match against Liz Johnson, 2 one-time Queens champions, trying to get one more tiara to their collection of major championships. Liz, a 5-time major winner. Shannon has 2. And speaking of major champions, 2 of them are standing by right here. Carolyn Dorn-Ballard with Maria Jose Rodriguez.
Maria, congratulations on a great week. Middle of that second match, it seemed like the lane started to transition a little bit for you. What did you see out there?
Definitely the lanes changed. They got a little drier. I got less hole. I needed to move a lot, and I didn't know it was going to be that quick. I didn't know in one frame I needed to move that much. And then I adjusted left, but I didn't carry, and then I adjusted, and then 4-pin, and then I needed to move more, and basically that's what happened. I I made the movement late.
You mentioned something earlier, though, about tucking your pinky in your setup. What does that help you do on the lane?
It helps the ball read sooner, so it'll be less than pins, but sometimes 4 pins. So it can be tricky.
Okay, well, we're going to see you again on TV. Trust me. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Carolyn. Just a great night for the sport. The PWBA back. This is the kickoff event, the USBC Queens, a major championship. All summer long, the PWBA will tour. And I'm surrounded by Queens champions at my table with Kelly Kulick. Anne-Marie Duggan is handling our scorekeeping tonight. Carolyn is here, and we have 2 champions going at it right now.
Nope. She really likes that right lane. 9 for 9 she is on that right lane.
But as you pointed out, she'll be finishing
on the left lane. Yeah, she struggled a little bit. I think she's trying to make the ball carry and go through the pins the right way. When it comes down to this, you just have to hit the pocket and hope all 10 fall down.
No.
No problem. 10 ripped into the pit. The resurgent Prince Fielder leads the Texas Rangers into Beantown to take on Hanley Ramirez and the Bo Sox. Baseball rules on ESPN. Rangers and Red Sox Wednesday, 7 p.m. on ESPN and the Watch ESPN app. Oh no, 7-10.
Oh,
so she's had an 8-10 and a 7-10, and that time the messenger didn't listen to her grunting.
Wow, that is lower 7-10. What a bad break for Liz right now. That was a great shot. Here, much ball on its path of where it should be around board 8. Ball deflects, head pin tries to bounce back. Wow, what an unlucky break.
We have seen pins come off that back wall here, by the way, so there was a chance that she could have exploded that 7-pin into the 10, but it didn't happen. So all of a sudden she's down 15, and she went from a max of 266 down to 234, while Pluhowski can max out at 259. By the way, Liz this year joining a lot of great bowlers and contributors to the sport of the USBC Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I was there that night to witness her speech and her induction. It was wonderful. Her family and friends were there to support her and celebrate the success she has. And she said one thing, she's not done.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Not even done in this match. Well, that seems kind of fair in a way, given what happened on the shot previous.
Yeah, as a bowler, you think the bowling gods, gave you some payback there. She's fortunate 7-10 split in the right lane. But here, a little bit outside, obviously outside of where she's been targeting all night long. Head pin comes off. I think that's the 4-pin or the 7-pin that came forward to trip the 2-pin. She knows it. She likes it. Move on.
Now again, a 259 possible for Pluhowski if she strikes out. She doesn't like it.
Ooh.
Well, if that's the worst thing that can happen to her after a shot she didn't like, she got a huge break.
Yeah, Shannon's ball roll and ball speed, she allows her to break up a lot of splits that would normally stand for other players. But there she's talking about her push away. Again, her tendency is to miss inward of what she did and went high, but luckily she just left a 6-pin spare.
The winner of this match will take on the #1 seed, Erin McCarthy, in the championship match. And that's the first time on that right lane that Pluhowski did not drive 10 straight back.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was just a physical error on her part.
Now, this can get interesting. 238 is her max. 234 is Liz Johnson's max, potentially. A double and 7 would shut out Liz Johnson. I've noticed one thing. If she doesn't say anything at all, it's a good shot.
Yeah. It looks like her hand position is slightly different on that left lane. More end over end to get the ball to pick up sooner. Again, what Carolyn was referring to, the mid lane pushing more. So again, more end over end creates more roll, more pin carry in the back. That was a beautiful shot on the lane she's been struggling with all night long.
Can she dial up one more?
Came down to the 10th frame in their bracket match. It's going to come to the 10th now.
We've already had a 1-ball extra frame roll-off in our first match tonight, won by Maria Jose Rodriguez. Doesn't like it. Is she going to get a break here? No message. So she breaks up a baby split. Now she can max at 228. She should convert this.
Now she was just rolling. That one is definitely way inside the arrows by that 42-foot indicator mark again. Never had a chance to get to the pocket.
All right, Liz Johnson has an opening here, but she's going to have to double.
I've watched Liz do this many times. And
every
9
one of her
times out of
opponents,
10.
yeah, every one of her opponents knows exactly what these pins are in for. And let's see if Liz can execute. She's had splits the last 2 times on this lane, and she kicks out to 10. Needs another one.
It's amazing. Watch this ball roll. Just pounds the pocket, knocks out the 10-pin last fall.
It's like 1993 at Moorhead State again. Taking on all comers, beating them.
I just know she struck a lot in our student center, and the boys did not want to bowl her.
So that's what she needs to win. Greatness. Just greatness. Now can she get the 5? I like her chances.
Yeah,
Wow.
I do too. Liz has nerves of steel. It's just so impressive to see her career and how it's extended over time. Dead flush in the pocket, just like the last shot. She knew it off her hand. She wants to win it.
What a helpless feeling for Shannon Blahowski, who's going to have a 228. And isn't going to advance. Liz Johnson, what a finish.
Come on.
Anybody who knows this sport is not surprised by how Liz Johnson finished that match. We're set up now with Liz Johnson and Erin McCarthy for the $20,000, the tiara, the berth in the PWBA championship, and the right to be called the 2015 USBC Queens champion. Going to be wonderful. Stay with us. Liz Johnson strikes out in the 10th to defeat Shannon Blahowski to move on to the championship match against Erin McCarthy from Omaha, Nebraska. 234 to 228, 2 champions bowling like champions. It's been a brilliant night for the sport. And now Erin McCarthy, one of the rising stars of women's bowling, awaits the veteran Liz Johnson. One has multiple majors. One is looking for her first. Our proprietor, Dave Drew from Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley. He and his staff have been magnificent hosts for us all week long, and we thank them for everything they're doing for us here in Green Bay. High-scoring championship match, very likely with these two power players coming up, Erin McCarthy and Liz Johnson. And here is a look at Erin McCarthy. If you haven't seen her in her college days, now that she's out of both Nebraska and Midland, she won an NCAA championship with Nebraska. She made the finals in 2012 with Midland in the intercollegiate team championship. She's on Team USA in 2015. And just last year in the Queens, she was in the top 10. Now she sits in the #1 position. Will she get the tiara tonight, or will it go back to where it once was, to the ownership of Liz Johnson? We can't wait to bring you this championship match. Liz and Erin coming up. What an incredible night of bowling for the return to the PWBA and fighting for this major championship. Maria Jose Rodriguez had to go to an extra roll-off to defeat Liz Culkin. Lost to Shannon Blahowski, who's lost to Liz Johnson, who had struck out to finish things off. And Liz had a conversation with her ball rep, Hank Boomershine. We eavesdropped.
That's so good.
Well, even like on the fill ball, I just made sure I just kept it in.
Right.
Just because it would count. And I got it in, and it was just, I mean, it was like frozen rope right up that spot.
Because there's enough push down the lane.
Right.
Like I said, is if you
that
have
lane
to,
got
that's
tight.
Yeah. It's catching the left lane. I told her about the rack.
Yeah.
Little inside baseball. You know, Kelly, I go back. Remember the 2 splits? Isn't that sort of the lucky strike that Liz got? That might have saved her. She doesn't get that break.
It did. If she doesn't have that strike, there's no way she can strike out and win the match. So it was definitely a great break.
No problem. Just abusing the pins. She hasn't actually had a regular spare shot yet. She's had 2 splits and then 11 strikes. Now, here's Erin McCarthy, 24 years old. Her professional debut on television. She's been on television before collegiately. Member of Team USA this year. And she's good. Gets a break there and a lot of traffic around that 9-pin, but nothing to knock it down. Now the issue, I would imagine, how does she handle this environment? And she's waited a long time to bowl.
She has. She's been off to the sidelines waiting for this moment to be here. She's playing deeper inside the lane, even deeper than Maria and Liz put together. But she's still trying to get to the same break point. She struck a lot in practice during her 8 shots, but that one just went high, leaving the 9-pin.
Covers that very, very easily. Undefeated in match play was Erin. 6-0, qualified in 37th place with a 210.8 average.
Yeah, she has a very calm demeanor. She, you know, good shot, bad shot, her motion is still the same. And I think she's just looking to have that experience to carry through this match.
Well, she talked to Carolyn at the top of the show. Erin's job is she's a critical care nurse at Methodist Hospital in Omaha. So that's a demeanor you want to have and you have to have in that environment.
Yeah, cool and calm in every moment.
And no break there on the 10. And she will be very active this summer on the PWBA Tour. She loves the relationship she has with her job. It allows her to actively bowl.
Yeah, it's wonderful when you have such a support from your family and friends as well as your employer, your boss. It's great that she'll be able to compete out on the PWBA Tour.
Hangs on, takes care of the 10. She'll bowl them all but 1, she says.
Yeah, she'll be starting in Japan with this new event that has been added in. She'll be going over there as a representative of Team USA. Looking forward to that event. But afterwards, she'll join the ladies out on the PWBA swing.
Push.
Man, Liz Johnson opens with a double. So these two are playing the lanes completely differently, Kelly. So let's take us through the styles.
Yeah, Liz, remember I said she's got firmer ball speed, less rev rate, so she's going to play straighter up the lane. Right around that first arrow, maybe a little bit deeper. But now the ball is going to push down the lane, being much straighter, and give her more hold. Erin, because of her heavy hand and rev rate, she's much deeper. She's sliding around 32, 33. The ball is going to go through the arrows around 22. Still try to get it to the same point down the lane as Liz, but from a much different angle. It's amazing to see these athleticism of both players, how they attack the lane so differently and both be successful.
An attack is exactly what's happening right now as Liz Johnson opens with a triple.
Yeah, other than those 2 bad breaks she had in the first match, she was just locked in, strike for strike.
So Erin's in a little bit of a dilemma, but very early in the match, down 21.
Well, she is the higher seed, and she chose Liz to start, so she'll get to finish and put the pressure on Liz if it gets to that.
I think Liz can handle it.
She can. I've seen her do it many, many times.
About 5 minutes ago, as a matter of fact. That went a little high across, and, well, look at that. Talked about that back wall earlier, and that's a back wall special.
Yeah, it's amazing how the pins just fall in this building. Again, deeper inside, never quite gets it right to that break point. Goes high through the face. leaves the 310. Something trips the 10-pin to roll forward and gives a 3-pin. Maybe that's the break she needed to give her the motivation for going into the next frame.
But there's a good example of that calm demeanor that you talked about. She's like, okay, that's fine. I'll take it. Easily her best shot. You see that ball just follow through on the 5-pin, crushing it along with the 8 and the 9.
Yeah, much better shot. You know, first time on national live television. She doesn't have a lot of experience. She struck a lot in practice for the viewers at home that didn't get to watch that. Now she looks like she's settling into her game and where she wants to be.
Well, if you watched her on Extra Frame on the internet, you saw her strike a lot too and going undefeated. Her lowest 3-game series was a 6-14.
Yeah, and 795 on that last series. Wow.
For 4 in a row. Goodness. If Fritz Fielder hits that hard, that game Wednesday night is going to be pretty interesting when the Rangers take on the Red Sox and Hanley Ramirez on ESPN. 7 o'clock Wednesday on ESPN and the Watch ESPN app. So we thought this had the potential to be a high-scoring championship match, and we're on that road.
Yeah, I don't think she's missed on this left lane. She's 7 for 7.
No, it's the right lane that she struck out on where she had the 2 bad breaks with the splits. And still won. Oh, a ringer. Well, just when we start to talk about how great things are going.
It always happens, Dave. Always happens. What a great shot there. Just a ringing 10-pin. We see her style here again. Nice and straight. So strong off her hand. Board 6-7 the arrow zone. Ball rolls in. Oh, 6-pin. Just wraps around the 10. Converts it easily.
Wasn't going to be much doubt in that. So a clean start for Liz Johnson through 5. Now we take a look at Erin McCarthy's undefeated road to the final. We talked about her steadiness and again beating some talented players along the way, including Liz Johnson. Now that last match was for this position. So when Erin won, she became the #1 seed. Her first 2 games were matching 269s in that battle against Liz. That one wide right. No, that's not going to happen now. This is makeable, right?
This is makeable, yes. This is the 210 spare. So typically what you want to do is get to the ball to the left of the 2-pin. But as we watch her style here, now she moved in deeper because she went high last time on this lane. Much deeper at the arrows, wider angle through the front, gets it way right. Not quite as much rotation so the ball doesn't get back to the pocket. Could have been the 2-8, but now she leaves a makeable 210.
That leaves it open. So she trails by 34 as we get more on Erin from CDB.
Erin is very calm. In talking with Sean Morris, her ball rep for Columbia, very calm. She likes what she has on the lane, except for the fact that the left lane is still playing a little bit tighter, so she really has the reaction she wants on that lane. Right lane has started to just pick up a little bit sooner in the middle part of the lane, forcing her a little deeper. And as you can see on that last shot, she made the move, but looked over and said, I got it too far right down lane. So she's going to make another move on the next shot.
Maybe she should try grunting.
No, Liz is only grunting because she's in pain. But she moved deeper inside. She also looks like she's trying to throw it harder, accelerating at the bottom of the swing to get the ball down the lane. But it pushes too far down. Now she leaves a single 8-pin spare.
She'll attack that, smother it easily. So Liz Johnson is in a very good position here through 5 frames, leading by 34 pins. If she can hang on, she'll pick up a 6th major championship and her first Queens title since 2009. Can she do it, or will Erin McCarthy rally? We'll find out. So Liz Johnson in position, 34 pins up with 5 frames remaining to capture a 2nd Queens title. She's finished in every position in the stepladder finals. This is her 6th Queens television show. She's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, take a look. And our friend Chad Murphy, Executive Director for the USBC, on hand, along with a great crowd here in Titletown, USA, Green Bay, Wisconsin. And standing by, title holders, Carolyn Doran-Ballard with Shannon Pluhowski.
Shannon, that last match, you needed to double in the 10th to win the match, and you have stated to me, first one looked great. What happened on the second shot?
I just rushed it a little bit, got my swing in, the ball into the swing too early, and then pulled it from the top. So it was a good week. Looking really forward to all the tournaments coming up this summer, and really excited the PWBA is back. Didn't have a chance to do it in 2003 when it ended, so looking forward to this summer.
Awesome. Good luck. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you both, Shannon. Fantastic bowling all week long. Such an enjoyable player to watch. Jan Schmidt is here, too. Speaking of enjoyable players to watch, another Queens champion in the building and on our USBC Board of Directors. Back to work for Liz Johnson. And we were talking during the break, and Liz was a little bit loose, laughing it up with Hank Boomersheimer, ball rep. What can you throw at Liz Johnson that she hasn't seen before?
Nothing. She's seen it all. She's done it all. I'm telling you, she's a champion. She knows what it takes to win. Nothing shakes her up.
Except for this. She gets away with it. I should mention, if you're just joining us, she survived a previous match with an 8-10 and a 7-10 split. This will be the first time she has shot a makeable spare. Right?
Yeah,
tonight?
that one, she just got way inside. So the commercial break might have hindered her a little bit. You know, she might have rested a little too long, not kept the legs loose. Leaves the 6-10.
Second time, excuse me. This is back-to-back spares for Liz, but up by 32. Now, multiple champions. If only two have ever won it 3 times. Ali Ignacio and the great Wendy McPherson. Some wonderful players. Donna Adamek, Linda Barnes, Dorothy Fothergill, Kelly Kulick, Alita Sill, and Katsuko Tsuchimoto, who's the last player to go back-to-back. And we didn't get that tonight when Maria Jose Rodriguez was defeated. So it is very difficult to do this more than once.
Yeah, this is an historic night. The return of the PWBA Tour, kicking off with their first major title.
Come on.
Bam.
And now the chance for Liz to be a 2-time winner of this event.
Come on.
And she's getting closer. And now the pressure is on the slender shoulders of Erin McCarthy. How does she get so much power out of such a slender frame?
She's a petite young lady, but she generates a lot of ball speed by using her legs. Watch when she gets the ball in the swing, it's very fast, and she kind of chases it with her legs. That's how she's able to create that ball speed and power.
Way out to the right that time, and she once again, for the second time, leaves that one behind. And let's check in with Carolyn.
The move she made on that shot right there is just to get up the back of the ball just a little bit more to get her ball to read that middle part of the lane. She felt like she was really just trying to go around it too much. Ball was scooting down the lane, and she really just did not like that reaction. Unfortunately, you can see still a little bit firm. So I'm going to say she's probably going to try to soften up just a little bit.
Well, she's also running out of frames, down 45 with just 3 remaining.
Yeah, as the girls started to bowl on the burn, especially the hook players, the more they had to move inward or further left on the lane, the tighter the back were, it was difficult for the ball to change direction and go through the pins. And that's what Erin is fighting with right now.
Wow, and when you throw a good ball, you'd like to get a break, and she didn't there.
Yeah, that was a much better execution, what she focused on all week long. As she takes her approach here, she looks like she got the ball better on path. Just outside 7-8, she gets it to the break point, but again, the angle entry into the pocket causes that 6-pin to go right around the 10.
So Liz Johnson, she knows this drill. She knows how to close out a match. We go back to Reno, 2009, the USBC Queens. Style hasn't changed a bit, has it?
Not at all.
That was live. That was not Reno replayed. How about that? That's 6 years apart, and she throws the same shots.
Yeah, her style is so simple and so unique in the same sense that it's so easy to repeat, and she does it so well time and time again. She's a great executioner. She knows what it is to bowl under pressure, and overall a great competitor.
She's on a pace for 267 if she strikes out. The best Erin McCarthy can do is 202. So Liz is on the doorstep of another Queens title. I think she's about to kick the door down. Now let's get to Carolyn.
Only thing Hank said to Liz during the break was, make sure you keep your misses in front of you. One of the best things Liz does on that lane is she goes right to left, and he reminded her, that is your game, that is your shot, take advantage.
And a good kick for Erin.
Yeah, she finally figured out that right lane. And just to make a note of what Carolyn said, usually the straighter you play, the less room for error. The more you create angle, the more room for error there is.
Liz Johnson is our winner. She will get a second Queens title, a 6th major, and she will automatically make the PWBA championship. By the way, I liked her chances to make it anyway, but this just makes it a little bit easier.
And as I said, just 4 weeks ago at her Hall of Fame induction, she said, you haven't seen the last of me yet.
No, she knew what she was talking about. No, not at all. Neither is Erin McCarthy. While this match didn't go the way she probably envisioned it, the fact that she dominated the match play competition, going 6-0, 795. She was threatening the all-time 3 games Queens series record there yesterday. Just 24 years old. She's going to be around, and she comes out of college and into this at the perfect time.
Yeah, it's almost beneficial for some of the ladies that they didn't have the chance to go out on tour years and years ago. Now they have a fresh start with the new tour. There's going to be some wonderful champions crowned this summer.
And a great finish here for Erin to start finding her shot. 202 possible for her.
Yeah, unfortunately, the show you're seeing right now is not what she demonstrated all week long. She was such a power force to deal with in all the matches, being undefeated, getting to this final match. What an accomplishment under her belt. We are going to see so much more of Erin.
And again, the experience of being on your own in a singles competition, and plus the weight. And there's a lot of little things that went into this tonight. And look who she played.
You're bowling one of the best bowlers in the world.
Yeah, ever. But a great finish for Erin. We will see so much more of her and can't wait to do so. But this moment now, the stage is for Liz Johnson.
Again, historical moment here tonight for Liz Johnson, winning her 2nd USBC Queens title, kicking off the start of the PWBA Tour for the summer of 2015.
And starting perhaps a new craze in bowling, grunting on shots.
Hey, they do it in tennis. And if it works for that, hey, I might start doing it.
Oh my God.
Liz Johnson on her way maybe to a 267. Why? Okay, let's see about that messenger. Hold on. Nope. That really, it's all for fun now. Liz Johnson is a major champion yet again.
20 frames. She probably struck at 15 or 16 of those frames, maybe even more with her scores.
Thank you, guys.
She knew right where to go.
Carol Norman, I love you. You can both do pro shops. Thank you. I love you guys.
She knew where the trophy was, didn't she?
She did not hesitate running over to that trophy.
I think she had that eye from the second she showed up here a couple of hours ago. She knew exactly where that was, and an incredibly deserving champion.
You know, with only so little events to bowl each year, this kicking off the new season, she's so excited that she's got 10, 11 more events in her future. A full-time competitor, her full-time living.
Mom, Dad, I love you.
Wonderful to see her win.
Thanks for taking care of my house. Love you.
Yeah, someone had to watch her cats. Now she can buy a lot of cat food with that nice check she's going to get. Liz Johnson is your USBC Queens champion in 2015. Her 2nd major championship for the Queens, 6th overall.
I often think how
the United States Bowling Congress Queens on ESPN is brought to you by Hammer. Nothing hits like a hammer. By Columbia 300. Grab some friends, have some fun. Let's bowl. And by A Future for the Sport, creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more. Liz Johnson dropping at 256 to claim her second USBC Queens Championship, defeating two great players in Shannon Plowhowski and Erin McCarthy. To get there, we had to go to an extra roll-off on our opening match. We had Plowhowski defeating our defending champion, Maria Jose Rodriguez. Then Liz Johnson punched out to defeat Plowhowski in the third match, and then just punched the pins and dropping a 256 on Erin McCarthy, 202 to be a champion again. 2009 Queens champion is now the 2015 USBC Queens champion. That's just the first event on the PWBA Tour this summer, because the tour is heading to Sacramento, Lubbock, Texas, to Wichita. So much more opportunities for professional women's bowling, and it began tonight. The renewal with a great champion winning it, Liz Johnson. We'll meet our champion when we come back.
They tell you it's out there, somewhere, upon a star.
How appropriate for the resurgence of women's bowling to have one of its great champions capture her second USBC Queens title. Liz Johnson is your winner. Now, of course, with that comes a few prizes. Let's bring out our defending champion, Maria Jose Rodriguez, the 2014 champion, to give you the tiara for 2015.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your work.
And a former winner, Jan Schmidt, USBC Board of Directors, is here with the necklace.
Thank you so much, Jan. No pressure. No pressure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And USBC Executive Director Chad Murphy with the trophy.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you so much. Thank
Great
you.
week.
Thank you so much.
Well, this was another day at the office for you, but what pushed you to win this?
Just wanted to win another Queens. I mean, there's a reason why this tournament is so prestigious and so tough to win, because you got all the great bowlers and it's such a tough format, bowling double elimination. So I just couldn't believe I made it here and finished strong.
And Kelly, you know what that feeling is like, and Liz was spectacular.
Yeah, it's wonderful, Liz. Congratulations on such a prestigious title. I have a question for you. Fans back home, you got a tattoo last time you won. What do you plan on doing with this victory?
I don't know. No more ink right now, but you never know.
But we've also started the grunting craze. You now realize that bowlers all across the country will be grunting on the approach.
Oh, is that what I did? I don't even know.
You know what you did?
I didn't pay attention.
Everybody paid attention to the way you bowl. What a worthy champion. Liz Johnson is her 6th major and her 2nd USBC Queens. Our congratulations to Liz for being the 2015 USBC Queens, presented by Storm Products Champion. For information on upcoming tournaments, log on to the official website of bowling. This has been a presentation of the United States Bowling Congress and Winkler Productions. For my partner, Kelly Kulik, and Carolyn Doran Ballard, and our wonderful crew here at Eschwabanon, I'm Dave Lamont. A salute to our champion, Liz Johnson, as we say so long from Eschwabanon Lanes in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Titletown USA has a new champion, Liz Johnson. Good night from Green Bay.